Well, hello there, stamping friends. This is Tracy Rather from Plum Crazy Stamping, and it's time for our final Facebook Live for the month of May 2024. Today is the 29th, and we're going to have some fun doing a little gift that you can either give to people in person or you can drop it in the mail. I think sometimes, I don't know about you, but I have a lot of friends that don't necessarily live even next door in my neighborhood or in town. And I like to be able to send them little things. So this is an idea I thought I would share with you. I don't know whether or not you know that June 8th is Best Friend Day. So whether it is your best friend or one of your best of friends, I actually have a group of friends called Besties, have a group called the Yayas, and all of them are on my mind a lot. And I like to send something to them and let them know I'm thinking of them. So today is sharing that idea. And as you're coming aboard, if you're on Facebook, please sign in the comments your name and where you're watching from. And if you are watching on YouTube, to be able to sign in, you need to either have your YouTube account or your Google account, and you're able to then put information in the comments. And please subscribe and hit the bell so that you know when I'm live and you won't miss any stamping fun. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So Betty, nice to see that you're aboard here. All right, and let me just flip the camera down here so that you can see my desktop, as well as I'll stay up in the corner here for you, okay? And let's take a peek. So this is the little idea. So this is a 2-inch by 3-inch frame. And I made just a little, I don't know, small card front that fits right in this frame. So let me just show you. I got these frames. Now, I'll tell you, I pick a lot of frames up at the thrift store, and I find a lot of 2-inch by 3-inch. If you're not interested in a frame, you can also get these little plastic magnets that you can put on your fridge. Those actually can work for this project too. I don't happen to have one with me to show you, but those are available. And or you could make a frame out of cardstock and just mount this, and then someone would be able to put it wherever they want as well and not necessarily use a frame. But these were on sale, so I got them for a really good deal. They were in silver, gold, silver, wood, there was gold, and then these black frames. So I really liked all of them. And let's see. So this one, I wanted to tell you, I used the Cheerful Daisies stamp set, which is still in the catalog. And when I was choosing what stamp sets I wanted to use for this project, you know, if I'm thinking about the card design system, the crazy, Plum Crazy card design system that I use, you know, what is the thing that I'm celebrating? So it's best friends. So I went through my stamp sets, and I'll share a whole bunch of them with you. You may have any one of these or something like it, but I looked for sets that had a friendship sentiment, because number one, I want to be able to fit the sentiment in my little framed gift. And then if I could use some of the other stamps in it, so you can see this one, I did add 2 of the daisies. And then that's what I decided to do. Now you can mix and match too. You could find, like, I like this, your friendship means everything. And I could find, you know, a little teapot, a butterfly, whatever. I could put whatever image with it. But that's how I got ready to do this project. So you might want to go through your stamps after you see today's broadcast and find stamps that have something about friendship and make one of these for your best friend or one of your besties. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some other examples. I think I'll just set this off to the side. Let's see what's off to the side. I got so much stuff around me here. There we go. All right, so that's one example. Then I found framed florets. And this one I liked because it had a stamp, "So lucky to call you a friend," and then this bouquet of flowers. So now this was very easy. You know, if I have something dark, you might be able to see this a little better. There we go. So that was a full image that can be framed. And what I'm going to do with this one is color it in with Stampin' Blends. Now this one's got a lot of flowers, so I'm not going to color that while I'm here with you today. I have another one that won't take as much coloring. But anyway, so that was another idea. And it was figuring out whether or not it would fit. One of the things is I cut my 2-inch by 3-inch pieces of cardstock was I wanted to make sure part of this wasn't going to get hidden. So I took this out of the frame and I found out that, you know what, indeed it was the 2 inches by 3 inches. So depending upon your frame, you might want to just double check, do you have to the edge of 2 inches by 3 inches to stamp, or is it actually going to be smaller because of how that frame is put together? So just something to keep an eye out for. All right, so that is another example. We'll just kind of set that up there. Once again, that one was framed florets. And then right now, I have been doing a lot with the Thoughtful Wishes set. And this is the set that I did my class last night. And I'll tell you, this has so many great sentiments and beautiful florals in here that I was able to make all 3 of the cards that I did last night with just this stamp set. Because the goal that I had, if I'm thinking about my crazy card design process, is I wanted this to be something that I could give to someone as a gift. So just quickly, just to show you a little bit about what is available with this stamp set, let me just give you a little peek at these cards I did last night. So the card was on Fun Folds. And so this was using designer series paper from the new In Colors, Petunia Pop. But look at how pretty, just the smallest flower, and then Dearest Friend. So this is the one I'm going to do with you today, and I want to show you how I'm going to do something different with the sentiment to make it fit in my 2 by 3 inch, okay? And then we did a second card, and I kind of used this is the designer series paper from the Thoughtful Journey suite. And I used a list of colors that always comes on the back of the DSP to help me figure out what colors I wanted to use with my cards. And so this card has a belly band to hold it together. And then when you slip the belly band off, it opens up like this. So very fun card. The belly band's just a little something extra. And once again, those colors, so pretty, right? Oops, got a flying belly band here. And then I have another one, and I love cards that sit up. So these are actually designed to be able to stand up. And these fit in just a medium envelope. And then this was easy to make a matching envelope. And then on the back is the place for the message. So this is kind of this whole card set. Now I want to let you know that I am going to make this card class available yet for a couple of days before I put it away for a while. So you can still use any of the information that is on my business page here to register and get this recorded, as well as it has a full color tutorial with it and information about the Plum Crazy stamping card design process as well. So anyway, this is also going to be the product spotlight, and I'm giving away another 4-card free tutorial for anyone that buys this suite before the end of this week. So just FYI. But let's go ahead and use this to make one of our little gifts here. So I've got just this small piece of designer series paper. Let me just grab, put it on here. Now what I want to do, so I'm going to use this small set of flowers. I am going to use Memento so that I can color this in with Stampin' Blends. Now this one was a two-step stamp. So I got the colors by just outlining in black and then using different ink colors for putting inside the daisies and doing the center and the leaf there. Now this one I'm going to color in, but I'm going to show you something when I put this on here. I'm just going to kind of do this a little part at a time, right? So a little of my Memento black, and I'm going to put this way over to the side here. Okay. And then instead of having my flowers floating in the air, I'm going to use a little of these, the dots. I tell you, so many of the stamp sets have these, and I love that they're available because now my flowers are no longer floating. They're actually grounded, right? So that is that. And then I really like this, but I can't get Dearest Friend on here. So I thought I would show you how you can actually do this in two pieces. So the way I'm going to do this today, now you can put a Post-it note over this. You can put tape over this. I'm actually just going to ink up part of this so that I'm going to do the dearest part first. I got to get the end of that T there. Okay. So I'm going to put that up here. And now I know I don't have my label on here, so it's a little trickier. So little mystery going on today. Okay, so there's the dearest. Now I'm going to wash this. So now this is the way that you can also mix words of different fonts just to make your cards look different too. So, you know, you can do this a lot of different ways to mix and match things and get more out of your stamps. Okay, so now I'm going to just ink up the friend part. Got to do it from this way so I can see it, right? Okay. Now I have to make sure I have this the right way. Okay, friend. So now I'm going to put this second one down here. And I wouldn't have been able to do this. Now, another way you could do it is stamp the whole thing and you could cut it in half and then, you know, put it on there. So, you know, that's another way, but I don't think I would like the way that would look with this. So, all right, let's just get this out of our way. And now I just need a couple of Stampin' Blends. So I decided to use, let's see, I think I have Granny Apple Green and I have Orchid Oasis and Hi Kim. Beautiful sunny day here too, Betty. Hello, Donna. Hope you're enjoying this wonderful weather here in Wisconsin too. All right, so just want to let you know, Stampin' Blends come in a dark and a light so that you can do shading. You can decide if you want to do dark or light first. A lot of times the dark is what I use around the edges or if there's detail in an image, and then light. And then the same with the Granny Apple Green. I'm going to do the flowers first. I am going to start with light. And because these flowers are so small, I don't know that I'm actually going to end up wanting to do any shading, but I thought, well, I'll give my yourself a chance to decide. The one thing that I'll remind you is when we're doing Stampin' Blends, they do show on the other side. So a lot of times when I'm making a card, I'll mount this on something else, another cardstock layer, so no one can see that back side. But just remember to not do this on top of, your card as you're working on it, because it could bleed through and actually show up on the card underneath. So always make sure you have scrap paper under it. And this is just such smooth coloring. All right, so we've got our flowers. And you know what? I'll just try to do a little dark on the very bottom. And then the thing that I'm going to want to do, since I'm, adding it here, and I don't want it to look like I just made a line in here. I'm actually going to go back now with the light color and do just a little circular motion to actually blend those colors together. And what will happen is where the darker color is, it'll look like there's a little shadow. There. So because those images are so small, you don't really see much variation. Let's see if we can get the variation to show up a little bit more on our granny apple green leaves. There are two tips. There's a nib and a brush end. Because this is so small, I'm using the nib to stay in the lines. And you do want to try to stay in the lines. If you don't, there is a highlighter Stampin' Blend that you can use that actually, if you go right next to what you've done or the black line, it will take away some of the color. So that is a tool when you're doing this. Actually, I didn't bring it over here, so let's hope I stay in the lines. All right, so we've got that. Now let me do just a line next to those with the darker granny apple green and see if you can see just a little bit of the shading that way. Sometimes just putting it at the base of the leaf gives it a little bit more definition. Sometimes you'll see the rib in there. All right, now, once again, I don't want it to be a real defined line, so I'm going to come back with this and blend it together. And it just adds a little bit of something, when you've got some shading going on. So now maybe with the leaves, especially those that I did on the bottom, you can see the darker and lighter. It just kind of adds. And if you wanted to, so that people know this is kind of grass, I think I'll take the little bit darker one and I'm just going to make some dots with my granny apple green to kind of blend that together a little bit. And I kind of like how that adds a little color. And then, I would just put it in my frame. And how easy is that to make a little gift? You could make a card that would go with this where you could write a note and it would be just beautiful, right? Okay, so that's one idea of what you can do. And remember, that's thoughtful wishes. So let me move that one over. Now here's another one. I don't think I'll do this one, but You Are a True Friend. Now this is True Beauty is the name of it. And I think just taking one of these bright colored flowers or this stem, putting that next to this, and I would put Wink of Stella in here. And you might want to use, some different ink and stamp it twice. you know, a darker and a lighter, and just move the flower a little bit. And that would be gorgeous, right? For another um, idea. How about now this one? I went back, but I'll tell you what. I loved this little saying. Now, this was a celebration set that was out about 2 years ago. This one's called Feels Like Home. And the sentiment is, your friendship feels like home to me. I don't know about you, but there are some friends, when I go to their home, I relax. You know, maybe they're a friend that cooks and makes you this meal like you used to have when you would go home from college, when I used to go to my grandma's, when I used to go to my aunt's. It just makes you feel good. I liked this. And so, what I wanted to do with this one is I wanted to do something. I was going to do it in black first. You could do this in gray, you could do it in a brown. Let me just get out this stamp set here. And this is something you could color or not. So let's just give it a little. Now I'm just going to wing it here. I am going to try to get this door part on here. And it'll have a little bike on one side or the little tree. We'll see how it ends up. I need a bigger block though for this. There we go. I don't have that on here straight. I want to at least have the door frame straight. Okay. And then I need something for this little sentiment. And what I think I'm going to do, now this one I'm going to do portrait. So I am going to put the sentiment on here first on the bottom so I can kind of judge the amount of space I have. Hi, Betty. Hi, Marilyn. Happy Wednesday. I met a friend for breakfast this morning, and I'll tell you what, traffic was crazy. I don't know. Usually we go to breakfast on Thursdays. So I don't know if it was because it was the middle of the week. I don't know. Everybody and their brother was doing construction and road projects, and traffic because of the road projects was all backed up. So yeah. It took me a little longer. I think I was 2 minutes late because of trying to navigate all the traffic. All right, so we're going to put your friendship feels like home. Okay, we've got that on the bottom. And now I'm going to go ahead and remember, big stamp. I'm going to bring the ink to the stamp. I can kind of do a better job of seeing what I'm doing. This stamp has a lot of detail, but it's a cling stamp, so I don't need my Pierce mat, but I do want to make sure to spend a little time inking up so all of this fine detail will show. Okay. Now, thank goodness I have my label on this one, so I can kind of tell where everything is. And like I said, I'm going to see if I can get the top of the door. It might come off a little bit. And the bicycle and the tree a little bit. Let's see how it goes. Now this might be one that you'd want to use your stamp positioning device with as well. Well, actually, it did pretty good. And I think I was, well, I'm a little crooked. You can tell on the top. But anyway, it's art, right? All right. And let's just see. Now, this looks really pretty, you know, in the black frame. The other thing that you could do now is you could take your blending brush and you could just brush around the edges a nice light pastel color. And this would be a wonderful little gift, right? And when you put it in the frame, you could also shim it up a little bit so it looked a little straighter. But So you could look for something like this type of image. It would also be a very nice and easy one of these. You could also color this in with a lot of detail. You could just highlight the door, make the door red, and that could be your focal point. Okay, so we've got that one. So once again, that was Feels Like Home. All right, then just two others before I make the last one I'm going to make today. So Create with Friends. This is Friends. They have the word best here. So this could be two stamps that you would do. Now you could just take, I use some scraps. I've got just really pretty colors. And I would just either do black or do like the dark purple on the Fresh Freesia. You could do Mossy Meadow on the Granny Apple Green and just create a word that says best friends, right? So that's how you could use just scraps of your cardstock. This one would be another floral, to a friend that makes me smile, and then just doing some of these floral images on the side. Also, this one has a die cuts that match, so you could actually put a couple die cuts on your little framed piece, and it'll make it stand out a little bit. All right, so let's do this next one. Now this one is Best Butterflies. And this butterfly is just too big to put on here. I could put one sideways maybe, but I would cut off a little bit of the wings and stuff. But what I liked was You're My Bestie. So I decided that what I was going to do with this one. Now you could do just what I had suggested with this one. You could use your blending brush and make some different colors in here. You could make a background with shapes and, just do it lightly and then stamp on top of it. Or what I decided to do is I took some of my designer series paper. So this is from the new In Color collection. This is the Peach Pie. And so if you get this designer series paper set, either in color or the bolds or the brights or the neutrals or subtles, these are the 4 patterns that you get. They're back to back. So there's 2 different kinds of back to back designer series paper for each color in here. And then there's these 4 patterns to choose from. So I thought, now I did not stamp this in advance, so we're going to have a little adventure here and see what this looks like. So I'm going to do the stripe first, and I am going to try to pair a color with it. And I thought Blackberry Bliss would really pop off of here, so we'll try that. Everything's an experiment, right? And have fun experimenting. This is perfect. This is, not much paper. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Just do it again, right? So let's see what this looks like. Oh, I love this color. I was sad to see Rich Raspberry go, but I am so glad it was not Blackberry Bliss. All right, now this is photopolymer, and these letters are thick. So I am going to pop my Pierce mat under here just to make sure I get the best image possible. Because remember, solid images are what get challenged when you have a photopolymer stamp set. And thick letters like this, I just, to be sure. So I am just going to center this. And I'm going to hold it in place. Photopolymer, trying to color or cover a lot of ink. I want to make sure that it, good transfer of ink, right? So I'm not moving the block, but I am pressing around the block over my words. And there you go. It actually looks a little bit like black on there, but it is a good color. And this would probably be very pretty on black. Now you could probably do Mossy meadow might be pretty and actually look green on here. But you could do that. You could stamp little flowers on here, or you could, die cut out some flowers, or you could actually take, I'm sure you guys have little flowers in your stash. And the one thing is, you could put them in here underneath, but you could also put a flower right here. If this is something you're giving to someone and not sending in the mail, you could just mount some flowers right on the corner here. And it would be personalized. Maybe your friend likes to golf. You could get a little golf bag or something and put on here, or something that something that person likes. So those are very easy. What a fun project for one night. Now, I wanted to share this with you this week because you've got 10 days to actually make some of these for your friends and get them in the mail. Maybe it's only a week if you want to mail these out, right? And then this one I had to share with you. So I don't know if you have this set. It's called Lighthearted Lines. And this is retired, but if you have it, it's so funny because this one says, I hate to break it to you, but you're stuck with me, friends forever. So I think that's a fun one too. And I'm definitely going to send that one to a couple of people. So anyway, this is a wonderful project to have some fun with, right? It's all about fun. Sometimes these are the kind of things that can get us stamping and we don't get so worried about whether or not, we have the perfect card design. If you don't like it, just do another one, right? So just a couple of reminders. So I was sharing with you the Thoughtful Journey stamp set out of our new catalog. If you don't have a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like one, just email me at Tracy, TRACI, at plumcrazystamping.com. The thing about this new catalog, if you didn't happen to catch the Facebook Live where I did the overview, is this is an idea book. This has how to do different stamping techniques. It helps you depending upon how you like to stamp, products that could be recommended for you. It continues to be all so well color coordinated. And this suite in particular is so popular. It's already been sold out once, but it is back. And if you order this suite, which is the stamp set, the dies, there is glimmer paper that has a design to it, embellishments, and then this beautiful landscape 48 pieces of 6x6 designer series paper. This is $86.75, and the possibilities of doing this. I have made so many cards with this, including the 3 I just showed you. And then there is this 4-card tutorial that is free, and it's to make beautiful cards using this set. And I'll email it to you if you buy this suite and through the end of this week. Okay. The other thing is, with it being the end of May, this new in color starter kit, which features the 22 to 24 in colors, you get free grid paper, 8.5 by 11 cardstock pack, the designer series pack, and 5 free ink pads. In addition, when you pay $99, you get $125 worth of product. All of these things are worth more than $80, and you get a free paper pumpkin and no shipping. So this is a wonderful deal. And if you wanted to join the Plum Crazy Stamping team, then you can enjoy not only the inside scoop on all products, seeing things early, getting access. I can't tell you how much I improved my stamping when I became a demonstrator because I had so much available to me to teach me how to be a stamper. And then you also get a discount. And so 20% discount, and that can really help you to build your supplies and become a better stamper. And I want to help you to get stamping and make it easy. This is one way that you can do it. And if you're interested, once again, just email me. And then the last thing that is ending in just a few days is buying $50 worth of Stampin' Up! Product from Plum Crazy Stamping and this 4-card tutorial using the Latte Love, which is all about coffee. And it's really a very unique set. But once again, these designs would work for other suites, bundles, stamp sets that you have, but it's all about ideas. I know everyone always tells me the biggest thing that challenges them when they sit down to make cards is ideas. They need ideas. And that's why I am focusing on the Plum Crazy card design system to help you learn how to do it from beginning to end and also teach you things that help make it easy. So let's see if I can just pop this back up so that I see you. And I'm checking out here if anybody had any questions. Let's see, I said hi to Betty and Marilyn. Now Geraldine is here. Wonderful. So, as you would think about these really easy and unique little gifts, I would love to see the ideas that you have for making something like this for one of your friends. And so in the comments, if you could post this, you just transfer over a picture, that would be great. I would love to see what you come up with to share with your friends. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. I will put pictures of this in my email next week. And if you are not, let me see here. If you are not on my mailing list, let me just put that up for you. You would not only get weekly, whatever I do at Facebook Live, I put the tutorials in this weekly email. I also have a 4-card free tutorial, Timeless Tulips, if you sign up to get on this weekly list, so you can get that free tutorial too. And when you're on my list, I kind of do things here and there for people on my list that not anyone else sees. But I really appreciate people that are interested in being part of our community and connecting with other stampers. And remember, my name is Tracy Rather. I am Plum Crazy Stamping, and I hope to make stamping easy for you. Don't hesitate to reach out and let me know what I can do to help. Otherwise, thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you actually in less than a week, because next week, Monday, we have a free paper pumpkin workshop, and we'll be doing the May 2024 kit. So take care, friends. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.